Okay, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I'm Lady Nyca. Let's talk American Horror Story. Child, this was the finale episode tonight, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm glad. This is season 9, episode 9 of American Horror Story 1984, entitled Final Girl. Now, when the episode started off, I was a bit confused. Because we was in the year 2019, and we see these two guys in a car, and they make a sudden stop. We find out that it's an Uber driver and some other unknown person at this point. And the person is saying that this, as far as his GPS takes him, he don't see this camp. So the guy decides to get out and make his way. He gonna hike his way up to the campsite. When he gets there, it looks abandoned. He starts taking photos, and then all of a sudden, who appears? Montana. Child, she fascinated. She didn't even know what a phone was. And when he let her see it, she was just even more so fascinated, to the point she even asked the man, could she keep the phone? He told her, hell to the no, I need this. Ain't no service up here anyway. Then she begins to tell him that he should leave, because every person that he runs into on this camp could possibly kill him. She wants him to go. Um, he goes into telling her who he is, and we learn that he is Bobby Richter, Mr. Jingle's son. Now, Montana knew who he was immediately, because Mr. Jingles had told them about him years before. So she grabbed him and hugged him. Now, he even asked who is these people that could potentially kill me. She didn't elaborate. She just asked him to leave for his own safety. But he said he's traced Jingles there, and he wants to know what happens to his father. So she takes him to one of the cabins. Now, he said he did research of the place and showed her a picture and asked her, this looks just like you. She said, that is me. He said, impossible. First of all, you'd be in your 50s. And secondly, Montana is supposedly dead. He wants to know, how is this possible? Montana asking, did Judd Nelson ever get some award? What the music like? Talking about her aerobic days and all that. Child, he told her aerobics is a thing of the past. Then now she wants to know, you know, she wanted to know more about what was going on in the world in 2019, because she'd been stuck at that campsite for the longest of time, right? She tell him she want you tell me first. Trevor shows up, and Bobby recognized him as well. And again, impossible. How is this happening? See, Bobby's looking for his dad, because his aunt didn't give much of the information, but it appears Jingle's been sending money to him all this time and wanted him to he just simply want to talk to his father and see who he is. Is he this person that I've heard about? Montana tells Trevor who Bobby is. So they also tell him Jingles is dead. He didn't believe that. See, he's read about his dad, and the thing is, he wants to know, who is he really? Because the guy that worked at the VH store and this killer that his dad is portrayed to be can't be the same person. Now, I had missed a few seconds of this show. I stepped away for a minute, but when I came back in, I saw a gun and them telling Bobby to shoot them. It won't hurt much, because they trying to show him what happens here, So, dude is freaked out. Baby Bobby is freaked out, because you don't just shoot folks. So he said no to Montana. She basically took the gun with his hand still on it, and pulled the trigger, shot herself in the head, and falls to the bed. Now Bobby really freaking out at this point, because how in the hell, what the hell? Then Trevor comes up to him with a knife, talking about stab him. He wouldn't, so he stabbed himself. And within minutes, these people came right back to life. Now this boy is really freaked out and asks, what the hell is going on round here? Okay? What the hell is going on around here? Trevor explains that it was 1989. Margaret Bruce had everything set for a major massacre. Then we go back to 1989, and Margaret on the phone with her lawyers, screaming and hollering about the rock band she scheduled there for this music and food fest for the weekend have not shown up, and she's frantic. Then little Courtney, child, remember little Courtney to come back up in the picture, baby. Little Courtney, the assistant, he comes in and tells her that I think I know what's going on with the musicians. Now Bruce and Richard is sitting there with her because they waiting on their good kill too. Find out, honey. Trevor is stopping the musicians from entering the campgrounds. He's turning them away. So he's trying to block her playing, and she's trying to figure out why. Courtney said, well, maybe it's because, he hates you. And then maybe it could be because I let it slip that the other band that I forgot what they called them, honey, but they got killed. She got mad and said he was the worst assistant ever. Baby, he tried to rebut that and got one to the dome. That's right. I almost got sad. Then I remember where we was watching and where we was at. That mother sucker is like that. All of them around there like baby kids. They don't die, they multiply. Every person killed that's just another person added to the now community of Walking Dead. Okay, so whatever. They wake up, they add on to the bunch, and they crazy as hell. Now, sure as Courtney said, Trevor was giving all kinds of excuses, turning folks around, telling them the event had been canceled. Margaret rolled up in her car, got out mad as hell. He said, I know about that band. She claimed no knowledge and no responsibility. Trevor said he tired of her evil ass and he let her money make him accept the evil, but he's found true love, and through that his redemption. So he gonna save those people, and then he gonna go down to the authorities and filing for divorce all at the same time, honey. But Margaret said, oh really? You got me bent. You ain't been seeing how I do it. Okay, well let me show you. Pulled out her gun and shot him. Now she say no one really escapes her, and to look around. She said, I shot you outside the campground, so you'll actually die and it'll be the end of you. He said something, baby, and she wound up shooting him 2 more times, one in the stomach and one in the peen. I said, damn, when she shot him in the peen. I said, that's a white woman tradition. Boy, I tell you one thing, ain't no disrespect to my vanilla sisters out there, but child, y'all got a habit of getting so mad that y'all actually want to destroy the peen. I don't understand it, honey. I don't care how mad I get. I might want to bust him upside his head 17 times, break him down to the white meat, what I be feeling like doing sometimes, family. But never have I ever got so mad that I want to tear up that peen. I don't know anger like that. Girl, cause, child, no ma'am, I'm not finna destroy the peen. That could be somebody's blessing. You know what I mean? Let me move on. So they tell Bobby all this, right? And he's supposed to have died, but fate had other plans for him. That's what Trevor's saying. Montana came up as Margaret drove off that day, and she basically urged him, pushed him to come, just crawl into the camp so that you won't die for real eternally. That's when we saw Brooke pounce up into the picture, and I'm still confused. Because how the hell okay, that was years ago. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about how the hell is her and Bobby having, but we're going to get there. So Montana had shown up at that point. Brooke had shown up at that point, and Montana immediately thought that she was going to do something to kill him while he on that side of the camp, meaning he gone forever. But what she did was got Trevor to Montana, who was surprised. Now, Montana said that her doing that changed her forever, and she knew that the anger had controlled her for far too long and that the killing had to stop. Brooke also told her, I ain't like you, girl, when she asked her, why you helped me. Now, Trevor said from there they became a community, and Margaret was the issue, and she was working with two dangerous men. Then we see Bruce about to kill this lady. Trevor stopped him, chopped his ass across his neck, and kicked him off the property so he would die for good. Now Richard, that was a different monster. Montana explained that, we see her finding Richard and reunite with him, acting like they gonna get back to doing what they were doing. See, he was about to head out the camp. He was headed to Alaska to try to go and mess with Jingle's son. But she fooled him, told him that Billy Idol had made it past the roadblocks that Trevor had up and wanted to meet him. So she take him to where they're supposed to meet, and baby, listen, all the Walking Dead was surrounding him, and Montana stabbed him first, and they decided to beat him down. He called her a B, and baby, when I say that it was all over for him, it was. They went to stabbing him simultaneously. All of the campers, Birdie, Chet, Xavier, Ray, I think the little young guys that got killed when they came out there on a Halloween night trying to see the place where the massacre had occurred and Jingles killed them. Yeah, they was all them is together, baby. They was jugging him. They was giving him a old nasty piece of jug. Yes, they was. But see, he always be reincarnated by the devil. So they watch him. And for the last 30 years, every time he wakes up, they kill him again, constantly finding new ways to torture and re-kill him. Bobby realizes at this point, y'all been protecting me all these years. Montana said basically, but we want you to leave because Richard would immediately attack you, torture you, and kill you as revenge upon Jingles like he said. Bobby said if they are there, maybe his dad is, and they say, but we haven't seen him in over 30 years. He's not here. Bobby not leaving. He thinks that he's there, and he wants to talk and see his father. We see Chet and Birdie watching over Richard. Child, they're waiting on him to wake up, and they say this time it's taking a little longer. So apparently the Walking Dead get horny too because old Birdie, is shooting her shot at Chet. She said he done slept with everybody in that camp, but asked him, did you ever think of dealing with someone older? I mean, he did say he was an equal opportunity. Now she trying to screw, and the devil waking up. The devil is waking up his minion on that float, and she don't see it because she too busy trying to get her a piece of Chet peen, right? Child, long enough for he wind up waking up, immobilizing them long enough to find Bobby, who was with Montana and Trevor in the cabin, and tried to attack. Now, Trevor distracted him long enough for him to run out with Montana. Montana told him to get gone, right? Child, everybody reemerged as he was about to get at Bobby again because he had done stabbed Trevor and immobilized him for a few minutes. Child, they all got back on his butt yet again. Now, as Bobby's running, he ran right into Ray. Ray saw what was going on. He tried to help, but Richard got away long enough to catch up to Bobby and throw a knife in his back. Now, it did put him down, but it didn't kill Bobby. So Bobby tried to fight back. He wasn't really doing much. In fact, the boy said that you remind me of your daddy. This how he fight. He said, your daddy made a deal with the devil and I'm here to collect. Child, So they catch back up to Richard again, and they tell him to go, they get to beating him again. Montana tell him, look, get to the asylum and ask for the director. Now, when he get to the asylum that his daddy was locked up in for years, this stupid-ass receptionist done called the men in white to come and take him away because he didn't want to leave no message. He needed to see the director of the asylum. She done called because he done got a little agitated with her lack of understanding, and they come in there thinking he needed mental help. So they about to put him in the padded room when Donna is the director, saw him, and immediately they go to her office where she told him his dad is not the monster that he had been, portrayed as. Then he starts thinking after she's telling him about his dad, that she was the one sending all them checks all of those years. But she say, I that ain't had nothing to do with me. I ain't do that. So what they do is they trace the routing number on the checks, right? And it takes them to this little small town. I think it was in Oregon. Don't quote me on that because I could be wrong. Which leads them to ultimately Brooke. Brooke is alive. Apparently Ray, because when they were talking, Donna and Bobby in her office, she said she was the final girl. So now they done found out she may not be the final girl because Brooke is alive. Apparently Ray found her when she got shot. Okay, when old girl shot her, and I'm gonna tell you how she shot her, but just know she was shot. And he passed her up and got her to the entrance of the camp and told her to try to go on because he can't go with her beyond the entrance. Child, she got a few feet outside the camp and fell out. Now, she say someone in the camp used the phone inside the camp to call for help and she was taken to a hospital. I said it must have been rape. After gaining her strength back, she headed north and never looked back. She tells Don, I never forgot about you. I've called you several times over the years, but I just didn't know what to say. So I would hang up. She is the one that been sending Bobby all that money over the years because she wanted him a chance at a better life, like the one she found when she ran into her husband, and now she has a family, husband a doctor, and she got 2 kids, right? Bobby still want to return to the camp because he felt something, so he say. So he leaves to go back, runs right into Margaret. Margaret's still there because, see, when they attempted to kill her ass, Donna and Brooke had knocked on, they were in the cabin. The camp people that she had a piece in murdering or whatever, all the camp, the Walking Dead is what I call them. They surrounded the cabin that Margaret was in. She went to try to reload that little pea shooter she carried around, and Donna attacked her. Well, she got Donna down and started beating her in the face. That's when Brooke emerged and started fighting with her. They get to tussling, and Brooke ends up being shot. So that is how she was thought to be dead, because when the camp decided to get rid of Margaret, Donna and Brooke tried to stop Margaret from shooting and stuff at them. They attacked her ass to kill her. And what happened was, child, her and Brooke got to tussling, and she shot Brooke, and we thought Brooke was dead, but she wouldn't. Okay? So when she shot Brooke, of course, Donna done flipped now. Baby, she went to that door and let the camp folks come in, and they got her. What they did to her was take her out right by the exit of the campground, chopped her butt up into pieces, and as she's being chopped up in this little, I call it a wood chipper machine, because that's usually what you do. You put it in there, put them wood chips, get your wood chips by putting it in the machine. So child, they is throwing her body parts, cut off her arm, and then they cut off her head, and they throwing her body parts over there in the machine, and the machine is expelling her body out, grinded up outside the campground in hopes that she will die for real, right? But, child, she didn't. She survived. She said she actually died minutes before her brain was put into the grinder and expelled out on the other side. So technically, she died on the campgrounds, hence why she is there, okay? Now, he know not to trust her, but she got him. She got him when she said, I can take you to your father. He said that people said they ain't seen my dad in over 30 years. Yeah, well, I've seen him. We have a special connection. So she get him to go inside the woods. She finna kill him. But as she was about to kill him, Jingles appeared and stopped there, stabbed her in the head. Now that gave them time to get him out of that campsite. But Bobby is so overcome with emotion, he just began to embrace his father, and he's crying. And Jingle said, but I didn't raise you. He said, yeah, but you made you made the most selfless sacrifice. You sacrificed yourself so I could live. Cause see, he know the story. Child Evelyn woke up and stabbed Jingles. Now, that immobilized him for a few minutes, but the camp showed up and got on her butt and told Bobby to run. He did, but Evelyn woke up again, and this time Grandma, Mama Richter, was there. She appeared and told her to back off. She tried to book, but wound up getting beat down and carried off away. I guess they're going to lock her up the way they've been doing Richard. But they gave him time to hightail it outside of Camp Redwood. And when he got on the other side of the camp, he turned around and saw his grandmother, his father, and what is still his little uncle, would have been his uncle, but his little Bobby, all standing there. Now, Jingles was overcome with emotions. Yes, he was. He was overcome with emotions to see his son and didn't have to say goodbye to him, but at least they had a chance to see each other. And the little Uncle Bobby was just waving. You could see the look in his face. He didn't want to have to leave, but he know he had to leave. That he can't stay there. He ain't dead. They did. So that's pretty much where we ended off on American Story. Well, that's where we concluded season 9 of American Horror Story 1984. This has truly been an experience. Girl, this has been one for the books, okay? But I want to thank each and every one of you guys who came through and you watched or listened to the podcast review of American Horror Story. For those of you who have been asking why I'm not on camera, I don't know why I got to keep explaining that. Girl, I've been on camera for over 4 years. I'm using other stuff. Plus, I have more than just YouTube as a platform. So, with that being said, I kill 2 birds with 1 stone when I come on Spreaker, and I kill 2 birds with 1 stone when I do voiceovers as well. That's why you've been seeing me toggling with that. But after my date with Ben and I rest up a couple of days, I may actually return on camera with you guys and do a couple of videos. I don't want you to feel like you can't see me, honey. And trust and believe, the diva still lives, okay? But thank you, and shout out to my love thing, German94, who convinced me to do this season of American Horror Story. And I appreciate the fact that you did it, because it kind of broke a little fear that I had about the show in doing it. And it's also been an experience. It's been fun sitting down in the panic section talking with y'all. And I even did a live review where we interacted with one another. And I thank you for that kindly, honey, for bringing it to my attention. Now, Jeremy, go find me something else to look at, because right now, all I have now is Ambitions and The Real Housewives. So, if y'all know some shows that are about to start, please don't ask me about Oval and Sisters, because the answer is not no, but it's hell to the no. I ain't fooling with that. But if you got something else that you know that's about to come on, and you think that I can bring a little entertainment in a review for you guys each and every week, please drop it below in the panty section. I will be back hopefully Saturday, no later than Sunday, to rock out with you guys once again. And again, I thank you guys for your support. It really, really, really matters that you guys come and you support me. It's so appreciated. My heart is just open because y'all do it each and every time. Like I said, if 1 or 2 is gathered, okay, in his name, he there. And he don't bring nothing but blessings. So thank you for the continued support of me and this channel as I rebrand and restructure it once more and again. And as always, in closing, remember the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to rate the video. Ratings get me recognized on these YT streets. Comment down below in the panty. Let me know what you think about this season finale episode of American Horror Story 1984. Let me know what you thought about the entire season. And I actually want to know what you thought about my reviews. Did you find them to be entertainment? I want to hear the negative and the positive. Drop it below. It'll help me to grow, okay? drop it below. If you have not subscribed to this channel or my backup channel, Lady Nyca Live, please subscribe to both channels. And also, when you subscribe, tap your notification bell button, set it to all, so that each and every time I do a pre-recorded video or go live from either channel, you're going to be notified and you can come in and join in the conversations always. Have a great remainder to your Wednesday. I have my day with being tomorrow, so I'll see you guys possibly Saturday or Sunday. Peace.